Setting him up. Big Fisherman Buster style suplex. Kicked out again. Kicked out again. Can you believe it, Lenny?
Yes, I can. Of Daniel Exotic, I can absolutely believe it.
Man, oh man, this kid has a ton of heart. What's going to win out? What's going to win out? The heart of Daniel Exotic or the violence and intensity of Malachi Gage? Oh, come on now. Referee, look behind you. Yeah, all right, good. Finally.
Good job.
Finally.
Whoa. No. You're going to reverse that decision. He did not lose. You're not going to make him, he's not a loser. You work in answer to me. I'm in charge here. You're going to change and reverse that decision right now.
I do work for somebody, Coach, but it's not you.
What?
What's that mean? What's that mean?
Did you just say that?
The court could always use some extra bodies. And Mr. Tito Orich showed me something tonight, and methinks I'm going to extend an invitation for him to join the King's Court.
See, last month, Rad Boys, Braden Elliott, Jake Wiley, we brought the ladder to the ring. We were trying to make a statement, okay? We brought it in there. We had a single purpose in mind. Didn't quite work out the way we had planned. I get it. But then you guys made an even bigger mistake whenever you challenged us to a ladder match on May 7th. Are you kidding me?
I need to find out who these referees answer to. If they don't answer to me, the commissioner of Imagine Wrestling, it's going to be Big Lenny, your former commissioner, right? Former guy, former whatever he is, against the great neighbor, John Ross, and his tag team partner, the world beater, Chris Coleman, in a 2-on-1 tag team match.
I had a real good chance at winning the World Heavyweight title and came up, like you said, just a little bit short. But I wasn't that short. Tito Orich was unconscious, and that referee made me break that hold. But that's not going to happen now in the new Imagine Wrestling with Coach Lance Payne as the commissioner.
I don't need to sit here and complain because I did exactly what I said I was going to do. Last show, I beat Daniel. Even with my teeth getting busted out, I embarrassed him and pinned him 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring to prove why I am the undefeated legend. And then on top of that, more great news. Finally, a fair, unbiased commissioner, the Coach Lance Payne.
Now I understand that as a best friend, you have your brother's back, but that's not a very good decision, Jimmy the Hippie. Because not only am I gonna beat you down in the middle of that ring like I just did to your best friend, but I'm gonna grind and claw and snap your ankle. Because this right here is personal to me. Not only did I just take out big time Bill Collier, but I'm gonna take out his best friend. Because nothing gives me more satisfaction in this life than beating down two brothers. And there ain't a damn thing that you can do about it, Jimmy the Hippie.
Spencer Slade, like Lucio's teeth, like Lance Payne's neck, you're broken, my friend. You see, you didn't just jump big-time Bill Collier. You didn't just talk Yang on the Guru. What you did is you let everyone down. All them kids that you told could be whatever they wanted to be. I'll tell you what they don't want to be, Spencer Slade. They don't want to be you. So consider this, the emancipation of one Spencer Slade.
I have something on my mind, Cato. This gorgeous Gregory think he can cut line and go for the heavyweight title against Bill Collier? I don't take appreciation to that. No. Gorgeous Gregory, I worked my way from the bottom to the top for this Imagine Live. You think you can come in here and cut lines? That's not gonna fly with me.
Watch, we heard what you just said. And you know what? We knew what we were getting ourselves into whenever we challenged you to this. You hear this? That isn't plastic, that's metal. So you know what? We're ready.
May 7th, the Watch is gonna find out why the Rad Boys are the tag team champions. Why we are undeniable. May 7th, Watch. We're gonna stand over top of you. We're gonna climb this ladder, rung by rung by rung. Reach up, grab the tag team title belts, pull them down. We'll stand right in front of the door to that next level. We're gonna kick it in!
I gotta be honest, Kato. 2-on-1, that doesn't scare me one bit. I'll take your handicap matches. I'll take whatever you could throw at me, Commissioner Lance Payne, and I'm still gonna come out on top because I fear no man in this locker room.
Daniel wants to talk about cutting lines. He wants to talk about, I'm cutting the line for challenging big-time Bill Collier for the Imagine Heavyweight Championship. Daniel, that's not the way I see it. The way I see it is, you're cutting the line. You think you deserve to be in that ring with me? You don't deserve anything, boy. But since I'm not the bad guy, I'm not the villain here in this scenario, I'm gonna give you your match on May 7th.
I don't need Apollo. I don't need nobody. And on May 7th, Apollo, I'm challenging you in a match. And then you're gonna learn the first rule. Who say, don't mess with Mamba!
Italiano.
Going for here. Set him up. Big baseball slide. Takes that plywood wall right in the face. Up and over. Caught him. Takes him off his feet.
Nice plunger right in front of the Imagine Wrestling logo, and these men are down and out.
Is either guy going to answer the call here? Both men are down. It was hard for us to see what happened over there. They're slow to move here. Braden looks like he's trying to pick him up, get him back in the ring. Let's see. Oh, he took the post hard. Oh, what a disappointment, man. Dude's faking it, right?
No. Listen to me. Listen. In all fairness, all right? In all fairness, in the new Imagine Wrestling, right? I seen his hand right under the rope at the count of 9. So I demand you to restart this match. You answer to me. You work for me. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to restart this match.
I'm not going to restart this match, and we don't work for you.
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't work for me? How you don't work for me? I'm the commissioner. You work for me. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. What did you... Coach
seems to think he's in charge, but maybe he's not. Here we are, baby. Boom! We're live, all the way live. It is Wednesday. You know what that means. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm loving life. I hope that you can say the same. Tonight, we got an interesting night.
Yes.
An interesting night indeed. It's Wednesday. It's going to be a good show tonight. If you haven't done it already, take some time right now. Give the video a quick thumbs up. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications. That way you don't miss anything that goes on here on Wednesday nights. Or, you know, we're trying to do a better job of getting content out there. So
that exclusive wrestling content.
You got it, man.
Likes
not
to say.
Not that long ago, we just put up a match of yours from up in Houtzdale. It was you versus J-Cat. So you know, you get exclusive matches. We have matches from KCW here in town 20 years ago. So there's lots of great stuff on there. If you haven't done it, subscribe now. It's a good opportunity to see some wrestling for free.
Yeah,
for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Sometimes you gotta watch 15 seconds of a commercial, but you know. Speaking of which, I've not brought this up to anybody. This is new information for you and for everybody. So, you know, we were excited to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's been a month now. So as of last Monday, it's been a full month. And that's where my numbers have led to. In 1 month, the YouTube channel has made $23.21.
Hey, we almost could buy a pizza.
Almost. I think we could. You can get a pizza for $23 now.
Okay, then it won't be long. We'll be having a pizza party for these guys.
Yeah, man. So it's a slow process, but it's still fun. It's still fun and neat and exciting, and you know, just not even what, $6 a week, less
Yeah,
than that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it is what it is. We're still
But
going to
it's a
keep doing
start.
it.
It's a
We're having
start.
fun. We're having fun.
Yeah, and that's what matters.
Speaking of fun, tonight we got a lot going on. We're going to hear from a lot of folks. We're going to hear from you. We're going to hear from Bill Collier. We're going to hear from the Rad Boys. The Commissioner Lance Payne is here tonight. Alexander Apollo. We're going to hear from Tito Org. We haven't heard from him in a little while. And here we are again, man. Let's see if he can find the camera. Gorgeous Gregory is back.
Gorgeous Gregory.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. He's something.
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet, man. Wait till you see this guy on May 7th. He is going to blow your mind. So I'm curious about this. Speaking of May 7th, we do have just a handful of VIP tickets left. If you want them, now's a good time to get on those. In addition, we got a lot of things going on. Originally, we were going to be in Johnstown on May 28th. That has switched to Hastings. And to be honest, I'm excited.
Oh, I love Hastings.
Hastings is a great town for wrestling. They have great fans up there. That whole area, Hastings, Northern Cambria.
There's a lot of
Carrolltown.
Big Lenny fans up in that area.
They love Big Lenny, that's for sure. So it's exciting times. I'm excited to go back to Hastings. It's a fun building. For us, it has a lot of nostalgia. And on top of that, it's good people.
Good people.
Good people that
My
love
kind of
wrestling.
people.
Yeah. We're from coal country, so we get it. We get it. You know, it's good stuff. So we have all that going on. Of course, we got the big show coming up at the Sykesville Fair on June 10th. I touched on it a little bit last week. It's going to be one of those days where I think, and I'll get exact details, but I think they told me $10 you get in. You get to ride all the rides. You get to see the wrestling that's going to be there that night. You got all these activities. I think there's a demo derby sometime that night as well.
So it sounds like a great a whole night for a family.
Dude,
at $10 a person, if
Yeah.
you get rides, wrestling,
Yeah.
and what else did you say?
Demo
derby?
Yeah.
That's a bargain and a half, right
Dude,
there.
I can't explain to you. I went to the building. I went to check things out. So I met with the people to sort of check things out. And it's sort of right in the middle of Du Bois and Punxsutawney. And you go to this little town of Sykesville, and you get there. First off, you've sort of drove for a while, and you're thinking, I must be lost because there's nothing going on here. And you get to this little town of Sykesville, and you get there, you're like, how is it? What are we doing here? And then you drive through this little town to the top of the hill, and at the top of this hill, there is a building that is so humongous, it seems so out of place. On the top of the hill, this flat field, and it's just crazy. They say they get upwards of 10,000 people a day that go to this Sykesville Fair.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's exciting.
And we know historically the Du Bois Punxsutawney area is good to wrestling, and we know from recent experience the Reynoldsville area, which is really close, is really good for us for wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's going to be a great
Going back to
night.
Reynoldsville as well.
Yes.
August 27th, we're going to be in Reynoldsville. We got all of our regular shows here in Altoona. I think we're going to pick up some more dates here in other towns coming up this fall. I'd like to go back to Housedale. I'd love to get to Blairsville again. So we just have to we'll keep you updated as best we can. But May 7th is almost here, and we're just building on the momentum of the last show in April. It was a crazy night. Of course, a lot of crazy things happening. First and foremost, in a lot of people's mind, was the attack by Spencer Slade on Bill Collier. We've not heard from Bill Collier yet until now. Let's go ahead and hear the words of our champion, Bill Collier.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Imagination, I'm DC Bentley here with your Imagine Heavyweight Champion, Big Time Bill Collier. Bill, I got to ask, the last time we saw you, you were involved in a completely unsolicited attack, unprovoked attack by Fear the Gear Spencer Slade when he brutally battered you with a chair. What is your response to his actions?
You know, I'm not sure if the actual shot with the chair was what hurt. It was Spencer Slade sticking a dagger in my back. And for what, Spencer? Another shot at the Imagine Heavyweight Championship? Is that what this is worth to you? I've defended this thing with pride for more than a year. You're one of my best friends at Imagine. somebody that I trusted. If you wanted a shot at the title, all you had to do was come to me. But now DC, he's taken business. He's made it personal. And if personal is what he wants, personal is what he's going to get.
At some point, Bill Collier is going to get his hands on Spencer Slade, and that's a fight I'm going to want to see. But before we get to that, a guy who has it in for Spencer Slade, a guy who, has had plenty of word lately about Spencer Slade. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Jimmy the Hippie, so you got a couple of things going on. Of course, you got this match that was put together, from what I am understanding, by Lance Payne as punishment, but I don't know how good active competition is punishment to have two friends fighting for a title. But so you got that going on, and then the big one, the one that everybody's talking about, you, Spencer Slade, first time ever, May 7th. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about?
Daniel Exotic, welcome the Flying Hippie back to the Serengeti. The Lion returns. Hope you're ready, big guy. Hope you're back there warming up, doing a bunch of push-ups, sharpening the claws, because you're going to need it. I'm not worried about you, Daniel. Spencer Slade, I'm not worried about you either. I'm disappointed. And disappointment hurts the most when it comes from people that you least expect it from. I'm disappointed, and the imagination's disappointed. You've danced long enough. Now it's time to pay the band, and you'll pay it next Saturday.
There you go, man. We're only 10 days away from that big fight. That's an exciting match that, that's one I think everybody's going to be talking about after May 7th, the big fight. Jimmy the Hippie, Spencer Slade. Here's another guy who has a big fight coming up on May 7th, but first he's got to deal with Jimmy the Hippie fighting for this Imagine Live title. Daniel, a lot going on for you. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about?
Tonight, I'm thinking about you, Jimmy. I'm welcoming you back. After a while, I decided to defend this against you tonight. But what else I have on my mind is Gorgeous Gregory. Come May 7th, he thinks he can cut line. That doesn't fly with me. No, Cato, that does not fly with me. Gorgeous Gregory, you say you're gorgeous? That's not the way I look at it. Come May 7th, I'm going to make you ugly, just like you should have been.
There you go, man. A man of, he's been mauled by a few tigers, so he's tough, double tough, and I think Gorgeous Gregory's in for a rough night. Speaking of rough nights, man, every time I got to interview this guy, it feels like a rough night. But, there's nothing to stop now. You're the commissioner. We got to hear from you every week, it seems like, with some sort of nonsense and BS. What's on your mind tonight, Coach Lance Payne?
There's never any nonsense or BS when it comes to the commissioner, Coach Lance Payne, and the neighborhood. When it comes to the neighborhood, oh, man, I have to say it's been a great week since I've been commissioner. I gave every single member of the neighborhood a great big raise. I told you I was going to change Imagine Wrestling and make it a new Imagine, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, like I said, I gave them the night off because they deserve it. Every single member of the neighborhood deserves the raise that they got, and also this tonight off. To get ready. They've been preparing, they've been training, they've been working out. They're ready for May 7th. Okay. I hope everyone else is. On to the next thing. All week I've been trying to figure out, asking questions. I even called you. You didn't even answer your phone. I need to find out who was in charge of the referees. Last week, when this ref sat there and told me that he don't listen to me, the commissioner, the man that runs Imagine Wrestling, he stood there twice and told me he don't answer to me. Well, I'm going to let you know something, whoever that referee was, whatever your name is, I'm going to tell you this. I will get down to the bottom of it and find out who is in charge of you guys. Now on to something a little bit lighter. I've been enjoying this position since I got it, and I would not have gotten it if it wasn't for Lucio. And as I did, I promised that he'll have an easy night. So, on May 7th, I'm going to have Oscar Maverick. I'm going to have Oscar Maverick come out, and I'm only going to ask you to do one thing for me, Oscar. Get in the ring and just lay down. Just lay down for Lucio. I promised him an easy night, and it's going to be an easy night for Lucio. You know who else is going to have an easy night? The neighborhood. Welcome to a new Imagine Wrestling, people.
Well, that was Coach Lance Payne. I'm glad he's leaving. I didn't have any more questions to ask him at this time. Let's go ahead and last week we heard from King Lawless. He had a proposal for Tito Orrick about perhaps joining the King's Court. Right now we're going to hear from Tito Orrick, see what his thoughts are on joining the King's Court.
Hello, wrestling fans. My name is Oscar Maverick, and I am here with the Bosnian bone breaker, Tito Orrick. Now, Tito, an open invitation to join the court of King Lawless was laid out. What are your thoughts on that?
Lawless, čuj sad mene. Uzmi tu invitaciju I sebi u guzicu turi. Lawless, me, and you, May 7th, I take the King's head.
So there you go. Tito Orrick clearly not accepting, and is now sounds like we're going to have a match. Tito Orrick versus David Lawless. That's two big dudes getting in there, throwing some hands. So that seems like something I'd be interested in seeing. Talk of a match, though, that he seems way more excited about it than I do. We got a 2-on-1 match coming up. Let's go ahead and bring him into the area. Big Lenny, I'm surprised how happy you are about this. I mean, I realize you're a giant. Every time I stand this close to you, it blows my mind. You've got this 2-on-1 match coming up. Neighbor John, the world beater, Chris Coleman. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about?
Well, I've had a lot of thoughts about this, and I've thought about my past. And I've been in this game a long, long time. And at this point, I've had 2-on-1 matches, several of them. I've always walked out victorious somehow. But this one's a little bit different. This 2-on-1 match, they're both not in the ring at the same time. They have to tag in and out. That puts the odds even more in my favor. All I have to do is separate one of them. It's old school tag team wrestling. And I can do it by myself, and I know I will come out victorious.
There you go, man. Very confident Big Lenny. It's hard to not be confident when you're that humongous of a human being. Lots of fights in the past for Big Lenny, so I admire his confidence. So speaking of confident guys, man, they battled through. They've had a rough run, and now they're on top of the world. They are the current reigning and defending Imagine Tag Team Champions. Come on in, guys. Let's go ahead and talk to Braden Elliott, Jake Wiley, the tag team champions. We're getting close, man. Only 10 days away from this big ladder match. Tell me what you're thinking about.
Well, Kato, you know why we're here. They know why we're here. We know why we're here. Because May 7th, we, the Rad Boys, versus The Watch in the main event. But not just any main event. No. It is the first ever ladder match.
It's funny that it's a ladder match, right? Yeah. Because all we've done to get to this point is we've climbed and climbed and climbed to get to the top of the card. And that's all we've done in Imagine Wrestling is climb and climb and climb to get to the top. Everything we've done, and now we're here. The Watch versus the Rad Boys. It's on the marquee. May 7th. The Rad Boys climb the ladder once again. And sometimes when you climb a ladder, you're at one rung and there's an obstacle you gotta climb to get to the next. And we're just gonna keep climbing on May 7th when we climb all the way to the top. We pull down 2 tag team title belts and we yell, Rad Boys in the house!
There you go, man. The Rad Boys are fired up. I'm fired up, man. Whoo, May 7th, that ladder match. I'll tell you what, I I'm excited to see this one. I don't know how better to spell it. The only caveat I want to throw in there, and I didn't want to say it to them, I will remind everybody at home, the Rad Boys have never, not once, beat the Watch. Is this the time to do it? If you want to find out, you got to be there to see it live. Speaking of seeing things live, let's see if he can find the camera tonight. He is, another nice suit, man. Always dressed to the...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you look great here tonight. I mean, I would...
Tell me that.
I would say you...
Tell me I'm gorgeous.
You are gorgeous, man.
Tell me I'm gorgeous.
Yeah, you are. I won't argue that. I'm curious to see, though, if you can get it done in the ring. You have a hefty hill to climb right now with the Exotic one, the current Imagine Live champion, Daniel Exotic.
Really? Really? Tell them how gorgeous I am.
I already did.
Tell them again.
He's
Tell
pretty.
them again. They need to hear.
He's a good-looking guy. I mean,
That's right.
I'm an old man, so yeah.
Gorgeous.
All right.
That's right.
You got a nice suit, man.
Isn't that right?
It's a nice suit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we don't need to talk about me today. I have something else on my mind. I need to talk about Daniel Exotic. No. We need to talk about Daniel Exotic because he thinks that he can come around here talking trash on me. And not only that, now he's decided to go on social media now. So he's harassing me on social media. And he's not saying that I'm gorgeous, and I won't stand for that. Daniel Exotic is just like every single person in Altoona. He's missing half of his teeth. He doesn't trim his fingernails. He's disgusting. He has no teeth. See, he is like every single average man in Altoona. Every single man in Altoona has no teeth. They don't shave their face. I cleanly shave my face every single day with one razor with the most pristine shaving cream. You understand that? Because I do all this and I invest in myself that well, and because I am that much more gorgeous than Daniel is exactly why he is going to get demolished by the generational talent. I'm a generational talent. Did you know that? Have I told you that before?
I think you mentioned it.
Have I told you that I'm a once-in-a-lifetime athlete?
I think you mentioned it.
That's right. Isn't that right? That's right.
Let's find out.
That's right. Oh, you're going to see. You're going to see. And Daniel's going to see firsthand whenever he's looking up at the lights. He's going to be looking up at the lights because he can't compete with me. He can't compete with somebody who looks like me. Daniel Exotic, it's not even going to be a fight. It's going to be a mugging. You see, I am so much more than just a gorgeous face and a gorgeous physique. I'm an ass kicker.
Take it easy.
That's what I am. And Daniel's going to find that out firsthand on May 7th.
Tell you what, a lot of confidence in Gorgeous Gregory. I've heard specific rumors. See, I'm not a good judge. I mean, I don't know what a gorgeous guy is. I've heard speculation on the internet. Gorgeous Gregory may not even be gorgeous. There's only one way to find out, though. Come on in May 7th. Check this guy out. Big, strong, generational talent. There's no better way to describe him. I've seen him work out in the ring. He's something else. Amateur boxer, good fighter. So let's see if that translates to keeping up with the speed of Daniel Exotic. This is another one of those fights where, styles make matches. This is going to be one of those that you're going to want to check out. Speaking of matches you want to check out, a match that went from two guys that were in a team to a match that two guys that seemingly hate each other very suddenly. That's Mambo Italiano and Alexander Apollo. We heard from Mambo last week. Now let's get a load of what Alexander Apollo has to say. Go ahead.
Hello, wrestling fans. My name is Oscar Maverick, and I am here with the Greek god, Alexander Apollo. Now, Alexander, last week, we saw you get into a physical altercation with your former tag team partner, Mambo Italiano, who laid out a challenge for you on May 7th.
Mambo laid out a challenge? Well, I accept his challenge for May 7th. See, the King's Court was doing just fine in Imagine Wrestling without Mambo Italiano. Ever since he's been here, we have not been winning matches at the same pace we were previously. We don't need Mambo Italiano. And I'll have no problem proving that May 7th and showing him why he should have never left the side of men like me and King Lawless.
There you are, man. That's another fight I'm really looking forward to. Mambo and Alexander Apollo. I think fantastically gifted athletes. Two guys that really work hard in the gym, have put time in the ring. I don't know if you're aware of this. Mambo trained up Lance Storm up in Canada.
I am aware of that, yes.
Alexander Apollo trained by LaRusso out in Pittsburgh. LaRusso had a good trainer too. So,
that's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too.
That's what I've heard.
It's a fight I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Apollo's a big guy, man. I
Yeah.
don't know if everybody's got the sense of how big this guy is, but he's got to be 6'3", probably 260.
Yeah,
good.
And he's got broad shoulders on him. He's just going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, man. This is two guys who look like they could handle themselves in a fight. That's what I like to see. So this is another one of those fights I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking, nothing against neighbor John. Because, all of his insanity has worked a lot. I'm really curious to see you in the ring against the world beater, Chris Coleman. Two gigantic human beings that love to throw hands. I think it's an interesting dynamic, and I'm curious to see how it works out.
I can tell you already, the two of us in the ring, it's just going to be a good old-fashioned slobber knocker, as they like to call it. Just two big guys that just can take a lot of punishment and can dish out a lot of punishment, so it'll be interesting.
Where do you come out on this Jimmy the Hippie Spencer Slade situation?
Obviously I support Jimmy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about what Spencer's doing right now. I have, my personal opinions, but, I try to keep that, out of way, but, I'm not very happy with him.
Yeah, man, it's disappointing. This is one of those matches, too, that could really be great. It got very personal very suddenly. So I don't even know if it'll be a great match, but it might be a great fight.
Yeah. That's what I would expect out of it, because Jimmy's mad.
Yeah, and he has every right to be.
Yeah.
He has every right to be. And, I always say styles make matches, and there's two guys that are, very different styles. And, the cat and mouse game, which Jimmy plays as well as anybody. He's a very patient guy, lets the match come to him. Spencer is a guy who comes full bore straight ahead. So this could be a really interesting, dynamic fight.
Jimmy's style is so unique too. He seems like he's got so much going on in the ring, but if you watch him, he's moving slow with a fluidity that it only comes with years and years of doing this.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. That's something maybe Spencer still lacks a little bit, and I really think that's going to give Jimmy the edge in this match.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That is one hell of an athlete, Spencer Slade.
I know.
Holy cow. He's like a robot almost. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's something else. And this nasty edge that's on him may spell trouble for a lot of people here.
A lot of people in Imagine Wrestling.
Talk about Daniel and Gorgeous Gregory coming up in 10 days. I know you maybe don't know as much about Gorgeous Gregory in the ring as I do. Daniel's as fast as the day is long. And you know what I like about Daniel? He's getting better all the time.
Yeah.
Like he just continues to improve.
Oh, yeah. I would put his in-ring work against anybody in Imagine Wrestling, honestly.
Yeah, he's really, don't let those confusing promos blind you. That guy can fight.
I don't understand how he can be so calm and voiced all the time, and he has such passion and such fire inside.
Yeah, because when he wrestles,
but it never comes out in his voice. It's
when he wrestles, man, he's so fast. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody on the roster faster than him. This Gregory, though, man, he is. He's going to be a problem for a lot of people for a long time.
And he's got some size to him too.
Yeah.
He's not one of our lightweights. He's definitely going to be one of the bigger dudes.
6'2", 6'3", big kid. Just turned 18.
Yeah.
So he has the future, the world
and
ahead of him.
And he's got the physique.
My question becomes, though, if he can't get over this initial hurdle, where does his ego go?
Ooh, straight to the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think
by the time we come back after that show, we could see a completely different Gregory.
If Daniel really spanks him, it's going to be a completely different Gregory.
Two more matches I want to talk about before we get to the match in the ring here. We got Tito and David Lawless, King Lawless. Pardon me. This is an interesting one, right?
Yeah.
Both guys are big, wide dudes. There's no doubt about David Lawless, King Lawless's mental acumen, smart guy, one of the smartest people I've met in my whole life. Tito is if we're going to start using the term ass kicker on the show, that dude's an ass kicker.
Yeah.
He is something else. He's a big, strong dude, too, 6'3", 6'4", big, strong dude. Another one, first-time match, which I love. You know me,
Yeah.
man. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
first-time matches. I'm curious to see how that one works out. Where do you see this working out?
I got to give a lot to Lawless. I have a lot of experience with Lawless. I've wrestled him on several occasions. The guy's really good in ring. He's so smart. He's crazy smart. How he really is. But at the same time, you can't take anything away from Tito Orich. He speaks 6 languages, and he's a big, just tough dude. And
young, raw-boned athlete.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the way to
So I
describe him.
really got to give the edge to Tito Orich in this one.
And then we got the big one, the main event of the night. We got the Wash, the former tag team champions, going against the Rad Boys in a ladder match. A different dynamic for both of these teams. Neither one of them has been in a match like this. You've been in ladder matches before. How does it having that in the ring, that ladder, how does that change the dynamic of what you normally do?
It changes everything, because that ladder is not only used to get that belt, it can be used as a weapon. And people get hurt, severely hurt in ladder matches. Let's
Absolutely.
be real and let's be honest. I'm not sure that they're worth it for tag team gold, but both these tag teams are, they're so hungry and so want to prove themselves and want those titles that they're willing to put their bodies on the line going into this title match. And I think it is just going to blow the roof off of this place.
I agree. I think sometimes it's so easy to forget in the energy that's the Rad Boys and the violence that is the Watch, that beyond probably anybody else at Imagine, these 4 guys have genuine hate for each other. Like, you cannot put them in a room together. You can't have a civil discussion. And it's been this way since we opened the school back
Day
here
one.
in December of 2018. There's just been such a competition and such a one-upsmanship. It started as that and eventually devolved into pure little hatred. You cannot see these guys in a room together. They're going to want to have words. They're going to want to throw fists. So it's so much different. Like, it's always interesting to see guys that when you put them in a match where they want to hurt each other. They want to beat each other up. And I don't think it would matter if there was a crowd there or if they met each other in the parking lot down below. They want to fight each other.
And then you add that dynamic of the ladder.
It's an interesting match, man.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time. This is one of the shows where I'm looking at it as a casual viewer and thinking, yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is one I got to see.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this all works out. So let's. Speaking of matches, I want to see 2 good friends, guys. They've teamed together. They've both been the Imagine Live champion, and tonight we're going to see them in action. In fact, I think it's probably time right now that we get to see a match.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and head to the ring right now. First, he weighs in at 1,000 grams. I think I've heard that before, or ounces, something. He is Altoona's resident high-flying hippie. He is Jimmy, the high-flying hippie. I screwed that whole thing up.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was awful. That was amateur
We're
hour.
welcoming him back. That's why it's difficult.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
not-
glad to see him back in a ring here. Let's go ahead and head to the other side of the ring. It is now time to introduce the Imagine Live champion. He is the exotic one, Daniel Exotic. That was much better.
Why are you holding onto the microphone? Have you noticed that?
Look, it falls over.
No, what
it falls
happened?
over. I don't know. I got to get a screwdriver and tighten it up. So that's why.
I thought you were just losing your mind holding onto that
No,
microphone.
it falls
the whole time.
over. I got to get a screwdriver in there. All right, guys. This is an interesting dynamic. Guys that aren't that far apart in weight. One guy, I would say Jimmy maybe has a 15-pound weight advantage. Jimmy has a very, very lengthy career.
Yeah, he definitely has the
knows his way
experience.
around the ring, has an incredible style that's very unique to Jimmy, doesn't make mistakes, waits for guys to come to him. Daniel's one of these guys that he really, to his positive, uses his speed.
Yes.
And he uses it well. And I'm curious. Look at this. Look at the agileness. Look at the experience of Jimmy the Hippie coming into play right off the bat.
We talk about Daniel Exotic's speed a lot, but we brush over just how good he is at the actual art of wrestling.
Oh, he knows.
The technical end of wrestling. He is very well versed in it.
He knows holds, man. He knows how to get his way around. I think that the advantages that I would say Daniel has is his speed And just that
youthfulness, yeah.
I mean, it's just you can't substitute for that. Jimmy, of course, is Central PA's master of the sky. I mean, no one can fly the way Jimmy the hippie flies.
But on the same note with Jimmy, we talk about his high flying ability. He is the high flying hippie, but Jimmy is quite versed at this technical style wrestling that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely, you've seen the perfect execution on a double wrist lock. Follows it up with a hammer lock on the ground, something you don't see all the time. Very effective hold.
Yes, absolutely.
Underestimated hold, this top wrist lock. He's got it locked in deep. You see he's got his weight lower than Daniel's there. There he goes. He advances his position. Gets a little deeper into the shoulder with this one. Still managed to hold on to the double wrist lock, which is very difficult to break.
Yes, absolutely. You get a twist in on that arm, and your muscles just don't want to work right the way that you think that they should.
There you go. He's able to get Jimmy off balance there. I didn't think you'd be able to take him over, but got just enough of a pull to get him off balance.
You can see Daniel's got that left arm hooked in there, hooked on his own wrist. He's got it tight. Oh, wow, Jimmy, bring him back out.
Beautiful counter, man. Look at these guys. This is me right here, man. This is my kind of wrestling. This is what I like, man. I like guys that don't take shortcuts. Let's see who can get it done on the mat better. This is my style. It's like to watch. I like to punch whenever I fight myself, but when I'm watching a wrestling match, this is what I want to see. Caught him in the single leg, trying to find a way through it. Now he catches him. Single leg crab, well done. Jimmy smartly, quickly got his weight high so he could find a counter. Look at that counter. How do you like that? Continues to spin through, grabs a front face lock and wrist control. Lets go of the wrist, now has a full front face lock, full front chancery.
I know this is your kind of wrestling, Cato. I love this kind of wrestling myself, but there is still no replacement for seeing a guy get the snot slapped out of him.
Well, I think the thing to remember, too, is here, these guys do like each other. I mean, they're both fighting. They both want to be the Imagine Live champion, but they respect each other.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Catches him. Oh! Nicely done by Daniel. He's been through that before. Knows his way around. Look at that counter. Are you kidding me? I've never seen that before in my life. Well done by Jimmy the Hippie. Beautiful wrestling tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful wrestling. Good grief. Let's see. Trying to tighten him up. Wow, beautifully done. A short style abdominal stretch here with a hammer lock. Unique wrestling.
Yeah, this is wrestling you're not going to see anywhere else. Right here.
Beautifully done. Yeah, seated style, short abdominal stretch. Straight out of Johnny Saint's school book, rule book. If you know anything about Johnny Saint from England, a fantastic counter style. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Technical wrestler?
Technical wrestler, there you go.
Yes, I've heard of Johnny Saint. I have a friend that wrestled in London for a while, and he spoke of him several times.
Absolutely. Just Jake.
Just Jake.
Wrestled at KCW for a while. Jimmy's always trying to advance his position, gets to the headlock. Let's see if we see a clean break here. Oh! Trying to fire up Daniel a bit here. I'm a little surprised by that chop. Let's see if... Up and over goes Daniel. There's that speed starting to come into play. Ducks the line, catches him in a waist lock. Oh, he went for that O'Connor roll. Jimmy held on. Shoulder block. Starting to pick up the pace now. Up and over, sunset flip. Daniel holds on. Jimmy's counting. Oh my God! Wow, that was very sudden. Very high northern light suplex. This is some beautiful, fantastic technical wrestling right now.
You have to wonder, though, Cato. Yes, Jimmy is in great cardio shape, and he can go with the best of them. But at some point, will the advantage go to Daniel Exotic just because of his youthfulness?
Wow!
Being able to outlast Jimmy the Hippie.
Did you get a load of that?
Yes.
That was crazy. Nicely done. Boy, I'll tell you what. Talk about a fantastic contest to this point. This has been absolutely. Whoa!
Wow, he took his head clean off with that one.
Wow, what? That is a game-changing clothesline right there. Cut Daniel Exotic in half. That's how it's done. That is how a clothesline is done. Man, oh man. Tell you what. Jimmy going back, gets him down. Shot the half Nelson, took him over. Up and over with a cradle. Beautifully done here. This is gets back to the arm here. He's been working on the arm early on. Now he's getting back to that. Tying him up. Going for another pin here. Interesting pinfalls. Going again. There it is. Wow, look at that. Got to give credit to Daniel Exotic for finding ways out of these holes.
Ooh, that was a nasty forearm. Yes, you do have to give credit to Daniel.
Woo! That was not a fun slam to take right there. Caught the elbow in the lower midsection there on that Arabian press.
Very nice work by both men tonight.
Yeah, man, you can see them both. Daniel's really starting to suck wind. I think it's a smart strategy. You have one of the fastest guys in all of wrestling. If you can ground him, make him breathe hard, we'll have to see if he's going to be able to keep up that same pace that he was at earlier once he breaks free.
This is smart wrestling. This is the way you stop Daniel Exotic. You get behind him, you get down on his chest, and you take that air supply away.
This is, I can't believe, I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. This match has been fantastic tonight. Got him in the fireman's carry. Let's see what happens. He might be going for that driver here. Oh! Saw Daniel trying to break free. Oh, he caught him. Couple knees to the head. 3 in a row. 4 in a row. Beautifully executed. And this is where Jimmy excels. This is where he's the best in all of Central PA on that top rope. Setting him up for the swanton. And there's a little bit of that speed showing for Daniel Exotic. Holy cow, what a match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both men, we're getting to that point now where I think one big swing, one big home run could end this thing.
I'm not sure I want to see it end.
Man, oh man, straight elbow. Caught him again. 2 in a row. Ducks the line, catches the waist lock, turns him around. Countered by Jimmy. Oh, elbow. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Holy cow. Look at that.
What a DDT. I think it's a mistake for Daniel not to capitalize on that.
I think he's found his second win for sure. One big move could end this thing right now. What's he got?
I love you. Let's go ahead. It's Tiger.
Whoa! Straight chop. Beautifully done. Ducks the line. Comes back. Oh, double cross body block. Who's going to get up here? Man, oh man. Can I help you?
2, 3.
What do you need, man?
Give me this mic. Okay. Hey, ring that bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring that bell.
What seems to be the problem here?
I'm not sure.
What is
You see,
I'm so confused right now.
Nobody cares about these two guys.
Oh my God.
These two boring pieces of crap.
All right.
Daniel Exotic and Jimmy the Hippie. I couldn't sit there and watch this car wreck happen.
What is he talking
So when
about?
I'm gonna put the
Yeah,
whoa. Hey guys, listen. Guys, listen. Let's remember. If you hit me, you get. If any one of y'all hit me, you're gonna get fired. I'm the commissioner. You cannot hit the. Don't you hit me? You cannot hit me. Don't.
Wait. He's right. Jimmy, we just got you back into action at Imagine Wrestling. Daniel, you have a long career ahead of you. Neither one of you can afford to be fired.
Touch me. Can't touch me. You can't touch me. I'm the commissioner. I run this joint. You can't touch me, and you...
Now, me, on the other hand, you don't have the balls to fire me. That's right. And if you ever interrupt one of these live shows, I will personally smack the shit out of you,